and I came to Utah about 7 years ago to pursue my passion for snowboarding. A general interest in the environment became a little bit more specific as I decided to focus on combating climate change. Through my master's degree, I focused on transportation policy as an ends to those means. Now, as a planning academic, I'm able to generate research which can be used by planning practitioners and decision makers to create an improved transportation system. This transportation system will not only decrease the carbon footprint of our travel, but it will also provide opportunities for all to access a healthy, vibrant life.
Hi, my name is Elias Flores, and I am a student at the University of Utah studying city and metropolitan planning. I love planning because it is my passion in how people move from one city to another. Transportation systems help alleviate congestion, and that is due to the fact that a lot of cities do grow and people move to these urban areas. When we provide alternative transportation methods, we are able to provide mass transit, bike paths, and places that people can walk to. And that is what really interests me in transportation planning. Thanks.
I'm a public administration student and I'm taking urban planning classes. When I think about urban planners, I think about people who are forward-thinking and I think about people who are optimistic. I think that urban planners have to always be considering the future, because when they're designing a city, they have to think about how it will be used for years to come. So they have to consider population changes, the environment, how people will be using the space differently. And I really like that about urban planning. I also think that urban planners have to be really optimistic about their plans. They have to really believe that they're making great changes that will improve people's lives in the future. I really love that urban planning is all about building spaces where a cross-section of the population can come together and lots of different people can experience each other's existence. I really love that about urban planning, because as a public administrator and as an urban planner, I really want to engage with the community. I want citizens to feel like they're part of the process, that they can plan alongside planners, that they can share common goals, they can think innovatively about the future of their neighborhoods and their cities.
Hello, my name is Alexander Barton and I'm from Manti, Utah. Most Americans live in some kind of urban or suburban place, but a lot of people don't know how cities work. And I decided to become an urban planner because I really wanted to understand the places where I live. I think with understanding comes the ability to make changes for the better. And that's what planners make a career of doing, whether it's in transportation or education or housing or some other form of quality of life. The common thing that connects planners together is an interest in people and an interest in the city. And I'm a pop music nerd. One of my favorite bands is ABBA. They have a song where they describe the city as a revelation spreading out before your eyes. And that is what the city is to me. It's like a source of inspiration. It's a place where you can learn and experience new things. And with a degree in city and metropolitan planning, I hope to pursue opportunities that will allow me to fight for environmental justice and social equity in access to public transportation.
Hi, my name is Xiaoyang Liu. I'm an international student and from the north part of China. I'm majoring in city and metropolitan planning, and I chose small town and result planning as my specialization area. The reason why, I got internship opportunity at city government in China. And I would say the city government did a great job for the large city, but then gradually realized there is more serious problem for the small town in China. I would like to use what I learned here to make the contribution in China. In future, I'm interested in affordable housing in rural area. Due to the high price of the land, there is.
My name's Andy Hulka, and I'm a planner. But planning was actually my plan B. When I was growing up, I wanted to be something cool. I wanted to be an astronaut or a secret agent or something like that. But now I'm a planner, which most people probably, if they even know what planning is, they might think that it's a little bit boring. But I really like it, and I think it fits what I wanted to do. As I grew up and I started thinking about what I wanted to do as a career, I realized there were two things that were really important to me. The first one was that I wanted to do something where I could help people. And secondly, I really wanted to do something where I could feel like I'd made a difference in the world and made the world a better place. I've always had an interest in government and politics, and so as I looked at the professions related to that, I realized quickly that planners were the people that were doing those two things that I really valued. I noticed the planners that I met really loved working in their communities, helping people to make decisions to improve their neighborhoods and cities and improve their quality of life. And that's what made me decide to be a planner. I really look forward to working in the planning field for the remainder of my profession. Thanks.
My name is Nathan Chadwick, and I'm a student in the Masters of City and Metropolitan Planning here at the University of Utah. I was born and raised in the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area, so I've seen a lot of expansion and growth in cities, just as it has in a lot of cities across America in the last few decades. And in my undergrad, I was really interested in political science and economics, but never really found a passion until I came across urban planning. Urban planning is a huge field that encompasses the everyday aspects of people's lives, although it often goes unnoticed or unappreciated. Urban planners have the ability to positively influence people's lives and make their cities and neighborhoods more healthy, more friendly, and more inclusive. Upon obtaining my master's, I'd like to make cities a lot more culture-focused and bringing the community together, as well as making cities more active by bringing trails and urban networks of greenways. I think active cities that have a lot of culture and personality are what America needs, really, to bring back a positive view on cities, and I hope to bring that upon getting my master's.
Hi, my name is Rachel Meyer, and I'm studying urban planning and public health at the University of Utah, and I'm interested in the connection between human health and the built environment. I'm hoping that over the course of my career, I can help to make cities and communities more bikeable, walkable, and livable overall.
After reaching a juncture in my career, I decided to return to grad school and get an extra master's in metropolitan planning, primarily because the interests that drove a lot of my scholarship, that drove a lot of my passions, related more and more to the urban present and future and less to the urban past. Upon receiving my master's degree from the University of Utah, I plan to work with communities to build sustainability models, to develop programs for historic preservation, and to create places that will be meaningful for all community members, places where they can gather, feel comfortable, and develop community spirit. Most importantly, I look forward to working with communities in ways great and small to improve the urban experience for everyone involved. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Javin Weaver, and I am a graduate student in the Masters of City and Metropolitan Planning at the University of Utah. I got into planning because I wanted to essentially help people. Growing up, I realized I had this desire, and also with planning, I always liked drawing roads, drawing houses, and drawing eventually city plans, and realized, why don't you turn these city plans into a profession? Why don't you do this for something for other people? Take your passion and utilize it. With this, I've been able to now enter this program and grow in it, and realizing that with this program I can have a bigger impact on people's lives and can use these skills to help people to better their own lives.
Hi, my name is Chris Seavey, and I'm a student here at the U, getting my master's in city and metropolitan planning. I have been in a career for a little while now as a business analyst. I actually did my undergrad in business, and I realized over a period of time that I really wasn't doing what I wanted to do long term. And city planning was brought to light because I took a test, an aptitude test, that pointed out several aptitudes that I had that were very relevant to city planning. These were things like structural visualization, ability to think in 3D, and spatial reasoning. These are things that I was not using at all in my career, and they're very good reasons for me to switch gears. I feel like I can do a lot of good in a career in city planning. That said, I really love cities, and I've lived in several places. I actually grew up here in Salt Lake, but I've also lived in Boston, in Seattle, in Atlanta, and some other small towns. But I love cities. I love the things that bring people together, things like culture and diversity, quality of life. And I really want to have a career that promotes those things.
Hi, I'm Michael Vaker, and I'm a planner. Well, what does a planner do, you ask? To answer that question, let me tell you a story. In school, I became fascinated by how cities and buildings all reflect the ideas and values of the people that design and inhabit them. So, in effect, buildings and cities all have a story to tell. I became a planner to tell these stories in order to serve the communities that I love, to protect and sustain the places that I love, and to translate these stories into seeds that form the ideas for future great places to live. But that's enough about me. So tell me, what's your story?